Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the lunchtime chat with Makita. So good to see everybody. I want to know who's on. If you're watching the replay, just let me know replay. If you're watching live, let me know that you're live. I am so excited to be here today to show you how to increase staff engagement in 2024. There are so many stories of private practices where we're hearing horror stories actually from our private practice owners and even from some of our coaches about some of the things that they're going through with their staff. So we wanted to do this live to give you some practical tips and steps that you can start using right away. You know, the EntreMD brand is all about giving you wins. It's all about helping physician entrepreneurs win and to do better in the marketplace, to get wins that they can scale their businesses, wins that they can live life and practice medicine on their own terms. It is all about you. So that's what we're here for. So at the end of this live, if there is something that you'd like us to talk about that we haven't spoken about, let me know. I'm going to be doing this during our lunch times, and this is our time together. So I'm really excited. Is there anybody on? I am looking to see who's visiting with me. I have 4 steps today about how to maximize staff engagement in 2024. And I want to start with the first one. The very first one has to do with your hiring process. Now, if you want to maximize staff engagement, if you want to increase staff engagement, you have to start with your hiring process. Your hiring process has to kind of be foolproof. You know, you have to create a process that allows you to weed out some people that, you know, wouldn't be a good fit anyway. So how do you do that? How do you weed out those that wouldn't be a good fit? I'm glad you asked. The first thing many of us do when it comes to hiring is that we start from what we need. You know, we start from, okay, the role that we need. Okay, I need someone to answer the phones. I need someone to do billing. I need another provider. I need someone, you know, that's going to do marketing if you're a coach, or, you know, I need a VA. Those are the things that we normally do. And, but that's not how you start. The best way to start is to look at the outcome first. What is the outcome that you want? What's the outcome that you're looking for? Not what is the role that you're looking for. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. So let's say you are looking to hire someone for your front desk, right? You're looking to hire someone to answer the phone. So there's a difference from you saying, you know what, I need someone to answer my phones. My phones are crazy. To you saying the outcome that I'm looking for is for someone to offer an amazing customer experience, a patient experience. I want someone to take ownership of that patient experience. And then that includes onboarding, that includes retention, that includes optimizing our profits. You know, do you see the difference between that? Between me saying, you know, I'm looking for someone to answer my phones, I'm looking for front desk staff. From me saying the outcome that I want. The outcome that I want is someone that gives a stellar patient experience. That's a big difference. Now, that's important to note because it's important to note that because that's going to affect your outcome. It's going to affect who you actually hire. Hi, Dr. Sarota. I see you. Hi, Dr. Walker. Hi, Dr. Jessica. She's our honorary doctor. It's going to affect how you hire, because once you hire for outcome, you're going to be looking. Your next step, hi, Dr. DePaul. Your next step after you've decided what the outcome is figuring out who fits that bill. Who is that person that's going to give me a unique patient experience? Who is that person that's going to optimize the profits in my office, that make sure that we are not losing money? You know, who is that person? Because once you hire for outcome, your next step is, okay, so is that person self-driven? Do they have attention to detail? Are they reliable? Are they someone that can represent my brand? You have to detail all of that even before you start hiring. So you should have a very clear picture of what you're looking for before you start hiring. Okay, if you're with me so far, say I'm with you in the chat. You should have a very clear picture of who you want before you start hiring. So because that helps you not to choose someone that may not be the right person. It's kind of like getting married, right? You have a clear picture of what your non-negotiables are. You have a clear picture of what you're looking for. So that's number one. Make good hiring. Hiring for outcome, awesome. Make good hiring choices in the beginning. Now, the other part about that is that you hire slowly. You've heard it said, hire slowly, fire quickly. Well, hire slowly means that you take your time and hire. You take your time and wait for the right person. When you've got a need in the office, that may be very difficult, right? If you've got a need in clinic, or, you're a busy physician coach and you're like, I just need someone to help me. It may be difficult to hire slowly, but it pays off in the long run, right? Here are some of the tips you can do for hiring slowly. Hiring slowly allows you to be able to make a good decision because you're taking the time to really make an assessment if this person fits the bill. Does this person fit the outcome that I'm looking for? Does this person fit the description that I already took the time to make? One of the things you can do is do several interviews. You can even have your teammates interview them. In Dr. Una's office at one point, we had some of the medical assistants interview other people that were going to come into the practice because guess what? They were going to be working with them. Not only does that increase the rapport, it also lets people know that you trust them. And it also gives you a different perspective of that person. So you can do multiple interviews. Another thing you can do is you can give them a quiz. I know a practice that gives a quiz for their medical assistants, ask them different questions. How do you administer a shot? What's the first thing you do to administer a shot? What are the vaccines that a 1-month-old, needs? All of those things. Give them a short quiz the day they do their interview. You can also actually call former employers and check references. A lot of people are expecting that you won't do that, but whenever someone would when I used to be an HR manager, whenever someone would give me a reference, I would actually take the time and call. I would actually check and I would call the former employers. And sometimes I was surprised that the former employer didn't even know that they were referenced, or they didn't really have many good things to say. They didn't have bad things to say, but a lot of times they didn't really have good things to say about the person that we were thinking about hiring. So you really want to take your time and hire slowly. Are you with me so far? Let me know if you're with me so far. Hire slowly. That's part of foolproofing your hiring process, which is the first step. Now, number 2 about driving this staff engagement for 2024 is that you have to cast a vision. You have to cast vision often and clearly. How are you, Dr. Sorota? So good to see you. Cast a vision often and clearly. As the CEO of your practice, as the CEO of your brand, vision casting is your primary work. You should consider vision, here we are, let's look at all of your objectives for today. Vision casting should be among them, right? You have to do vision casting often and clearly. What does that mean? What does that entail? You should have a very clear description, and your staff also should have a very clear description of why you do what you do. Your staff should know, you should know. You should know where do you see yourself in 6 months? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Both of you should know that. Both you and your staff should be aware of that. And you should look for opportunities to share the vision throughout the day. Maybe there was something that happened at the front desk and it may not have been the best thing, but that's an opportunity. Instead of berating the staff, that's an opportunity to share the vision again. Or it could be someone did something that was really great. Someone went above and beyond for a patient, or someone went above and beyond for a client. That's an opportunity for you to share the vision again. You're reinforcing, wow, that is in line with where we want to be. That is in line with where I see us going. So look for different opportunities to share that vision often and clearly. And you can even schedule it. A lot of practices and, other businesses find it very helpful to do weekly staff meetings. You can even schedule it. And as part of that weekly staff meeting, we start off with vision. That is so important. Now, Vision is important in driving staff engagement because people need to know where you're going. Leadership is not leadership if no one's following you, right? So I can't follow you if I don't know where you're going. If I'm vague about where you're going, if I kind of have an idea about where you're going, I'm really not following you and you're really not leading me. So let people know your vision. Now, you can increase staff engagement tremendously by giving them a vision for their role and letting them see how it goes together. Now, I want you to type this in the chat. Ownership changes perspective. Ownership changes perspective. Just write that in the chat. Ownership changes perspective. When your staff has a different perspective, they gain a sense. When your staff has ownership of the vision, they gain a different perspective. They begin to do their work differently. They begin to see what they're doing is differently. And guess what? That perspective changes their output. Because they have a different perspective of what they're doing, it changes their output, which means it changes what they do. It changes what they deliver. It changes how they behave. It changes what they produce. It changes their level of creativity. It changes their level of engagement. It changes their commitment level because they have a sense of ownership now. They understand what they must do. They understand what's important. They understand, okay, wait a minute. For us to get to this goal, it requires me. Hey, I'm an important part of this vision. It requires me doing my job and doing it well. So take a portion of the vision and let them make a goal out of it. Let's say, for example, like our vision is to, part of our vision is to be very profitable this month. And we want to start seeing 25 patients a day. And if I take that 25 patients a day and I'm going to talk with one of my staff who's, responsible for making appointments, I can ask them, how can you in your role contribute to us getting to see 25 patients a day? And they may be like, okay, that's a goal, 25 patients a day. And you let them figure out how would you help us see 25 patients a day? They may say, well, I guess I could call people. Yeah, that's good. What else could you do? Well, I can make sure no one leaves without an appointment. Oh, awesome. I love that. What else could you do? Do you see what I mean? Taking ownership. You're allowing them to take ownership, and that ownership changes the perspective. And you're allowing them to be a part of it. Now, the next part I'm going to tell you is so crucial. This is number 3. You want to connect their personal goals to the vision of the practice. Now, I have to give a caveat here. This is only for high performers. Somebody say in the chat, only for high performers. This is not something you offer to everybody, right? But if you all of us, I'm sure, have someone that we're noticing, well, this person comes on time. They do what they're supposed to do. They even don't go above and beyond. This person's on track to, I probably could trust them with a little bit more. When you have someone like that, here's what you do to drive even more engagement. Because that person can help you spread your vision in the practice with everyone else, which is so amazing. So you're not the only one that has this great vision. You've also got someone else in the practice that's working towards it. So here's the thing. Ask them what their personal goals are. Now, those personal goals may be financial. They may be career goals. They may be, it may be a vacation goal. It may be, I really wish I could get more time off to spend with my kids, right? Now, if they're a high performer, ask them what their personal goals are and link their personal goals with the vision of the practice. Now, if they are in a position that you're able to offer them any type of financial reward, any type of bonus structure or anything like that, and they have a financial desire, that's one of their personal goals is financial, beautiful. That allows you to do that. Or maybe they're like, you know what, I have young kids. I wish every once in a while, I'd love to have a little bit more time off. You could say, okay, great. Let's meet this goal. And if we meet this goal, we can work on getting you some time off. Or maybe, it's a career goal. Dr. Una is a whiz at this. She's had people start in her practice as a medical assistant and end up as a physician's assistant. Within a short number of years, the same person, same practice, just a few number of years. She asked them their personal goals. what they wanted to do, and she helped them work towards that, within the practice. So, she provided mentorship, different things. So it's very important. It makes such a huge difference when you offer a plan of advancement based on what they told you. And, everyone's different. So ask them what they want, what's important for them. Now, the last very thing, can you guys handle one more, one more tip for driving engagement? The very last thing is to fire quickly. Now, you may be like, what does it have to do with engagement? It has everything to do with engagement, because if you have someone in your office or in your company that is not doing well, and it's, you've tried coaching, you've tried different avenues, you've tried discipline, you've tried different things and it's not working, you need to fire them, and you need to fire them quickly. Why? Because they are affecting the morale of everyone else. They're affecting the engagement of everyone else. They're affecting the team. They're affecting you. They're affecting your bottom line. They're affecting your vision. They're affecting your patients and your clients. They're affecting everything. Having someone in the wrong seat for too long is very costly. You do not want that. And not only your other employees may not say anything to you, but trust me, it's affecting them. And you know what culture is, the definition of culture is? And think about this definition when you think about your company. The definition of company culture is the worst behavior you tolerate. That's the definition of company culture, the worst behavior you tolerate. So if you're tolerating bad behavior from one person, that is an indication of what your company culture is. And you do not want that. You do not want that. You want a place where people love to work. You want a place where people love to be, because we spend sometimes more waking hours with the people in our offices than we do with our families. Because that's 8 hours, sometimes it's more than that, and sometimes we're only home awake for maybe 4 or 5. So sometimes we spend more waking hours with those people. So we want it to be an enjoyable experience. And we want it to be a place where everyone is free to learn and to grow and to advance, and we are here to help you with that at EntreMD. So if you're listening to me today, and I've got a lot of comments, I want to see if there's any questions in the comments, but if you're listening to me today and you are a private practice owner, or you're a coach, or any other type of physician entrepreneur, you have a team and you're asking and you have questions, please, we are here for you. We are here to help you grow your team. We're here to help you build a profitable business. We're here to help you live that dream life and dream business simultaneously. That's what the brand is all about. And so you can schedule a call with me, and maybe we just haven't had a chance to meet. We haven't had a chance to connect. And I love to connect with you. EntreMD.com/call is how you get on my calendar. And I love to sit and see what we can figure out together, see how we can support you as a brand. And I am going to check to see if we have anything in the comments. Okay, Dr. Nasir says, I gosh, they asked us expired doctors that questions, how can see 25 patients instead of just being like, your next 3 patients are ready and angry. Yeah, that would be good. Let's see, do I have any questions in the comments? Want to be sure I don't miss any questions. Yes, okay, wonderful. So this has been amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. Dr. Beckford, so good to see you. Dr. Hidalgo, Dr. Nasir, so good to see you. This is beautiful. Dr. Walker, wonderful. Wow, this is so great. Looking forward to seeing you all at the next lunchtime chat. I hope you're going to implement. If you're going to implement any of this stuff, I want you to say I'm on it in the chat. Let's remember that the magic is in the implementation, right? And again, if you love to have a conversation, EntreMD.com/call. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your lunch.